Well, the final day of the regular season came and went, and the Lakers did not make another move to their 15-man roster, meaning that it is now completely finalized, not allowed to be altered, nor changed in any way after this point. And while that is a bit of shock to some fans, many thought they might elevate a guy like Christian Koloko or trade Jemison from their two-way contract up to a standard contract to give their center rotation a bit more depth. After all, I wouldn't call a guy like Alex Len particularly great depth, has been out of their rotation, not playing for their team, and not really a reliable source of depth if anything would happen to Jackson Hayes. And apart from Jackson Hayes, they don't really have a reliable center option. Yes, they play a lot of small ball, and that's worked out great for them, using a combination of Rui Hachimura, Dorian Finney-Smith, and or Jared Vanderbilt or LeBron at the 5, but they don't really have a 5 behind them. Or maybe they didn't up until this point, but they might actually for the postseason, with that guy being Maxi Kleber. Might sound like a mythical name at this point or not a real player for their team, but he does in fact happen to be a part of their team and might actually make it back for the postseason. According to reports, and now directly from JJ Redick, Maxi Kleber is back on the court for their team, is practicing with their team, even a full participant in their practice yesterday, and is trying to make a postseason run despite not having a timetable for a turn quite yet. And here's what Redick had to say about him.
It's like any playoff series, you're going to prepare for game one. You're going to go try to win game one. And then from there, it's adjustment after adjustment. I can't tell you how game 3 is going to go because I can't tell you how game 1 and 2 went. So we'll prepare for game 1 and then we'll go from there.
Did you have live action today, and did everyone participate?
No live action. Today was potentially not a mental day, but we'll get into the mental and prep side tomorrow. Today was just about getting back up in the gym, some conditioning, a lot of shooting. I think everyone was a full participant in that, including Maxi and LeBron. And then they just had a stay ready game. But, all good.
Where do you think stands with Maxi Kleber?
He's back on the court doing on-court activities, but no timeline.
Again, no definitive timetable for a turn quite yet, but it's great to hear that he's back on the court, actually practicing with their team and in a full capacity at that, albeit in a contactless practice and no live action, but it's great to hear nonetheless. And if Kleber would make it back, could he actually help their team in the postseason? Would he be a part of their postseason rotation? And what could he actually offer their team on the court? Well, that's definitely up to interpretation and ultimately dependent on his health. Will he be 100% coming back? Will he be a shell of his former self, or what will he look like? That's ultimately got to be answered first, but if he's pretty close to full health or somewhere close to it, I think he could help their team and actually in a matchup like the Timberwolves. I mean, apart from trying to match their size in the court, which many fans seem to be worried about, despite the Lakers playing very good against bigger teams. Yes, Maxi Kleber is a bigger player for them, is 6'10", does weigh 240 pounds, and can play both the 4 or 5, both defensively and offensively. And against a bigger team like the Minnesota Timberwolves, with guys like Rudy Gobert, Julius Randle, Naz Reid, even Jaden McDaniels, and simply a big front court, yes, that might help a little bit, but it's more about his three-point shooting, his floor spacing on the court, and what that might be able to do against a defense like the T-Wolves. After all, against a guy like Rudy Gobert, who is heavily dependent on playing drop coverage, that could definitely help their team out, giving them a different look at the 5, making Rudy Gobert actually step up and defend the three-point line. If he's not going to switch onto Luka Doncic, then he has to guard the three-point line and prevent a guy like Kleber from getting an open shot. That's something that would give them a different look, and especially compared to a guy like Jackson Hayes. I mean, drop coverage can be and often is great for defending the rim or lobs directly at the rim, but it's not so great for defending the in-between game, aka the mid-range game, or defending the three-point line. And for a big like Rudy Gobert, getting him out to the three-point line, making him switch or defend the pick and pop, directly freeing up the rim for dives to the rim, attacks at the rim, or backdoor cuts at the rim, that's something that could definitely benefit their offense, and with Luka Doncic and Maxi Kleber, those two can help with that. I mean, they've done that together and for quite some time now, dating all the way back to 2018, so they do have some good chemistry on the court. Maxi Kleber is a good three-point shooter, being a 35.4% career three-point shooter, and not to mention a 38.8% career three-point shooter come postseason. Didn't play a ton in the postseason last year, but when he did, did shoot very well from the 3-point line, shooting 42.9% on 2.2 attempts per game. Or going back to the regular season last season with the Mavericks, did shoot about 37% on catch and shoot 3-point shots, many of which directly coming from Luka Doncic, so that's also a pretty good thing to point to with him. Getting that pick and pop game going, again something they don't have with Jackson Hayes, would give them a different look offensively, and force the Timberwolves to have a different look defensively, something they definitely don't want to do and take Rudy Gobert out of that drop coverage. Or them actually taking Gobert off the court, forcing them to go to a smaller lineup with a combination of Julius Randle and or Naz Reid, and that wouldn't give them a whole lot of rim protection, therefore giving guys like LeBron, Luka Doncic, and Austin Reeves a whole lot more freedom to attack the rim. And I mean, directly pointing to it this season, the Wolves have been significantly better with Gobert on the court, really on both ends of the court too. With him on the court, they have been nearly 7 points better per 100 possessions, and with him off the court, have been about 4 points worse. So yeah, definitely a big difference there. Get Gobert off the court, or target him on the court and take him away from the rim, and that theoretically should help out their offense and make it a whole lot easier for their offense too, which Maxi Kleber might be able to help them with again. Now obviously that does depend greatly on his health. Is he fully healthy or even close to it? Coming off a broken foot? Will he be comfortable taking 3-point shots, or will he not be very efficient? And then defensively, how will that affect him too? I mean, not the greatest rim protector, is okay, but much more known for his switchability on defense, more so being a versatile 4-5 hybrid rather than a true 5 and more of a true rim protector. So maybe even potentially more on defense than offense here. And that definitely would affect his playability on the court. I mean, if he can't switch nor defend the rim that effectively, then he probably won't be out there that long for their team. Even against a team like the Timberwolves, where he theoretically could and likely would help them out offensively and make them have a different look defensively. But with that in mind here, probably not very likely right away. I mean, probably not in game 1, 2, 3, or maybe even game 4. After that point, maybe, and definitely if Jackson Hayes is having a rough series. They can't really turn to Alex Len at this point. Again, they don't have the option of Trey Jemison nor Christian Koloko. And after that point, then maybe they might turn to Maxi Kleber. Obviously has to get cleared to play yet, doesn't have that under his belt. We don't know if he's played contact 5-on-5 yet, so he's got to get to that point, get more practice time under his belt. Then maybe if Hayes isn't playing well, or things aren't going that well for their front court, then they might try him out in round 1. But in my opinion, much more of an outlook for late round 1, probably round 2, if they make it to that point, which I think they will, then we might see Maxi Kleber. And even at that point, I think he could help them. Yes, it might be a limited sample and probably not much more than 5 to 10 minutes, maybe up to 15 minutes per game, but I think he could help them, and if he's obviously healthy on the court too. But overall, great to see Maxi Kleber back on the court, showing that he's trying to make his way back for the postseason, showing why they didn't elevate Christian Koloko or Trey Jemison, likely having faith that he will make it back at some point, whether it's late this series or potentially in their next one if they make it that far. They're fairly confident in Kleber making it back and making it back to help their center rotation out. But with all of that being said, what do you guys think? How do you feel about the return or potential return of Maxi Kleber, how he might be able to help their team, both offensively and or defensively, and potentially against an opponent like the Minnesota Timberwolves? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But I think that'll pretty much do it for this one. And if you enjoyed the video, then I'll greatly appreciate it if you dropped a like, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and hit that notification bell to never miss out when I upload a video. But as always, thank you for watching and have a great day or night.